Hello, welcome back to another paint and plan with me. We are on the Christmas week, so this week I thought I'd want to do Jingles and Brewster off Animal Crossing. I do hope that you like this one. I thought it was quite cute. I especially like the tree background that I did with Jingle, which you'll see later on in the video. So I'm just opening him up. I've got my new Let It Snow charm. I also love that new journaling card for the 2020. That was a freebie from Moonlit Journaling. I'm loving how these weeks are turning out. I cannot wait to flip back through a whole year of these types of spreads. I do think more pen is best though, because I was being a bit scared about writing on it to begin with, but last week's turned out amazing with all the pen work, which I loved. So I got my sparkly paints out, and also my ones from Winsor and Newton. The sparkly ones are from Little Rainbow Moon. That's a little handmade paints, little Etsy shop in the UK. Is it Etsy? No, I think she's got her own website, sorry. But if you Google it, it should come up. So yeah, don't look at the mess of my paint pans. They are disgusting and really I do need to clean them. But they're still usable, so I sort of just work with the mess, I suppose. So I'm just doing, what I've done is a string of lights that goes all along both top pages, which I thought was quite cute. So I'm just doing the yellow ones. What colours did I choose? What was it? Yellow, green, which I'm doing now, and blue and red, I think. I think that's what colours I went with. Just having a sip of me tea. I do think that I messed up, if I remember rightly, on the red one. So yeah, you'll see me fixing that in a bit. I think I fixed it okay. I think it was alright. We'll call it a back glow. Only on one light, but it's there. So I'm just going in and I'm going to do the red ones. So it wasn't this one, it was, I think it might have been this one. Yeah, I made it the wrong colour and then I over flooded the one that I was supposed to do red. So I messed up a few times during this, but that's life, isn't it? We'll make mistakes. So yeah, as you can see, I've put way too much on this one, but we'll fix it up, it'll be okay. Just have another sip of my tea. Oh, it's so cold at the minute. I find myself wearing my robe more than I probably should. But it's warm, so you know. I'm gonna go where the warmth is. I really liked how these lights turned out. I've also done this as a nail design a couple of times and they always look really effective. It's quite nice. But the Coo Christmas with Brewster in the mug that you're going to see in a bit, oh, it's so cute. How is everyone? Hope everyone's okay. And they're all sorted, ready for Saturday. Today is Christmas Eve. So my kids are super excited at the minute. I'm getting there. I'm still, I don't know, it's a weird one. I said to my mum last night, I think that this year it feels more off than what last year did. I don't know if it's because we knew that we was, you know, that was it was going to be lockdowns, but this year it's like, I think we're going to start the new year off in a lockdown. but it hasn't been said yet. So it's a bit unknown. I apologise if you can hear my dog. He's sat with me and he's not being very quiet. Oh, Sven, you silly little boy. It's yeah, the house of pets and kids here. So it is a struggle getting a quiet time to myself to try and record. But I'm going to be doing a voiceover for this whole video. I don't know how it's going to go, but I thought I'd try it because it might make the audio a bit more consistent throughout the video. Hopefully. We're trying new things, Also this week I'm actually without a planner, which is scary and horrible, and I don't like it because I was backdating, wasn't I, in my work planner, if you saw my last video, and I was going to backdate in the January for the week before Christmas and the Christmas week, and then my new one would start. But during my Christmas week that I was going to be redating that one for, I accidentally used it to book clients' appointments in. You know, old habits. So I don't actually have anywhere to redate now, because if I lose track of those appointments, I'm going to be buggered. I should forget what I'm doing and where I am. So it's just a scrappy bit of paper. I've gone back to the good old days of lists on the back of scrappy bits of paper. So we're doing that this week. I am so excited for Monday. I think I'm more excited to start my new planner than I am for Christmas morning. Which, I can't be alone in that. If you're watching this video, the odds are you're obsessed with planners too, so I'm in good company. So another sip of my tea. That's what I need. Instead of all these water trackers, I need a tea tracker. Because I never ever fill out water trackers, because all my water intake is boiled in a kettle and through in a mug with a tea bag. I just don't seem to be very good at drinking plain water. I think that will be something to improve upon next year. So little Brewster's in the making. As you can see, he's getting his he's got his little candy cane, and his little scarf is now being painted. I don't know if the pencil lines actually appear at the beginning of the video, or whether you guys are sort of like in the dark until it's done. I don't know. I'm trying to go a little bit heavier with my pencil lines. So yeah, going back to my A6 planner. Plan with me's will be coming as soon as I can get into it. So it'll probably be, I'll probably upload maybe a week later than the actual week starts, and maybe keep it running like that, because I'll be planning my first one literally over Christmas, I imagine. So they will be coming into a regular routine, and I want to keep these paint plan with me's going as well. I'm really enjoying doing these, and I've sort of got into a bit of a routine with it, really. Sort of like I paint the nope, not what I wanted to say. I film the painting part, and then I film the outlining part and like just finishing it off. I don't know if you guys want the pencil drawing bit filmed as well. I don't even know how practical that would be, because that's sort of like when the moment strikes and it gets picked up and put down a lot, because I tend to do it sat with the kids. So they're like sat next to me with their little junk journal inserts, and they're drawing their little levers and whatnots. So I probably won't film that bit, because that is like more of a family activity really that's become, which is quite nice. It's a nice little activity for us all to join in. What, you know, to like other mums watching this, what sort of activities do you do with your kids? I really want to do more next year. I think work overtook me this year, which is a shame, because like your kids should never ever take a back seat, and they haven't in such of like love and care, but activity wise definitely. I definitely want to do more, even if it's getting a potato and cutting a stamp into it and just going nuts on some, I don't know, lining wallpaper. Just fun little bits like that. Just keeps them entertained, doesn't it? Oh, we're on to jingles now. What am I doing there? I am starting his hat. I think I must have had some hand cream on though, because my paint seemed to have pooled and whatnot. So I think I must have been touching my pages with hand cream. It looks like I've managed to get some sort of substance on the pages. I want to try and get hold of some nice sort of opaque white paint that is water based. I do have one, but it's actually out of my salon. I use that one for nails, so I need to put it back. So I need to find another one that I can have at home in the house. So if anybody's got any recommendations for that, please pop them in the comments, because I will be on the hunt for that. I will be. Oh dog, will you go away? Oh, animals, we love them to pieces, but my life, don't they do annoying things? Svenny, stop. Yeah, now you got a piece of paper on your head. I think in future Svenny will have to go with the kids, and my other half, he's gonna have to go out, I think. We're lucky my black cat's not in here, because she is nuts at the minute. I think she's hyper for Christmas. She's like, where's she now? 15? And she's found a new box, and she nearly threw herself off the top of the fish tank inside this box. I kid you not. She has so much energy for an OAP cat. And she's destroyed all of her toys. I don't know whether that's like a, come on, I want new ones in my stocking this year, please. Oh, she's nuts. What animals do you guys have? I'd like to know. I love talking animals. We've got 2 pups. They're only little. They are, oh, I can't pronounce it properly. Jujon? Some sort of weird made up breed. You know, out of the crosses. It's a Shih Tzu mixed with a Bichon Frise. They both are. They're lovely little dogs though. They're very cutchy, and they love the kids. They're very, very good. And then we have the crazy old cat. We have Patty the snail. Patty the snail was a snail that my 6-year-old found in the garden in the summer. And she had a, well, I say she, we call her a she, but you know, he, she. She had a really, really broken up shell. I didn't think it was going to make it, to be fair. But my daughter was crying and she wanted to save this snail. So we got out the old fish tank and got some cocoa fibre and all stag moss as well, and put in there. And yeah, now it's a snail tank with Patty in it. And that snail lives a life of luxury. She gets misted like every morning and every night at minimum, but then also every time we walk past her she gets misted. And her shout is actually healed. It's yeah, that snail's done amazing. I did say before the colder weather come, did my daughter want to, you know, let her go back out in the garden, and she had a full-on meltdown, absolute meltdown. So it's like, okay, Patty can stay. I think the snail's quite happy. It she doesn't really hide, and she full-on stretches out her foot when she gets misted, so I think it's pretty comfortable. Oh, you can actually see some of my cat now. Naughty, naughty pussycat. And then we have the queen of the tribe, Luna. She's our lionhead house rabbit. I say she's house rabbit, she absolutely hates outside. I used to try taking her out on the lawn in the summer. I'd get up really, really early, especially to do it for her, because that's when she's most active, it's like dawn. And no, she sat there in the corner and stomped until I took her back in, and then she was doing zoomies and binkers around the living room. She's a creature of comfort, definitely. She's quite happy laid on a blanket with the youngest, watching a film. Well, she cleans the youngest while the youngest watches the film. So that's quite cute. That is a very special bond between them two, I think. Well, I've got sidetracked well and truly, haven't I? Let me know about your animal loves, your pets. I would love to read about it. Another thing I wanted to ask you guys, recommendations for weekly supplement stickers. We know in my last video on it, I did discover that the day covers on the Happy Scrappy kits, like the little tiny ones, fitted quite nice. So if anybody does know where I could get some nice size stickers for that, I would be intrigued. I'd like to know. Either that, or I'm gonna have to try and go to a shop and see if they would make them, or have a bash at doing it myself, but I'm not very good at that. So we'll see how that develops next year. I think it's going to work really well, because it's quite closely based on how I did this year, just more condensed, so in theory it should be more compact and more functional. Fingers crossed. I do think that I may have nailed the perfect system. Let's say this now. Ask me this at the end of next year. I think I have. I hope so. Has everybody else settled on what they're using for next year now? Or are you still a bit unsure and just going with what you got, but you're likely to change your mind? I mean, it happens. I think I've done it every other year. Apart from, well, I know I did it this year as well, didn't I? Because I started off in the A6 Wonderland. But I just didn't think it would hold up for an entire year, not with the way I use them. So I went back to Hobonichi and just thought, nah, I'll deal with a smaller weekly column, it'll be fine. So I've got my colour code in Zig Dots, so I should be able to squeeze more information into a smaller space. It should work like that. It should do. I love how Jingle's eyes has turned out. I hope everybody is able to keep up with me, because I am flitting through so many different things. I'm sat on my bed with my laptop, watching the video in the little thumbnail, chatting away to myself. So I hope that it's gonna turn out okay. I'm going in with the white paint from the salon that I use out there, just to fill in his eyes and his hat and his little collar. Oh, and the little poofy ball on the end of his hat. I do really like how his eyes turned out, and his nose. That sounds weird, but I think his nose is probably my favourite thing. And the tree. I do like the tree. So I'm going in with my ink now. I do mess up on this as well. I didn't quite join my line up well enough, and I knew it wasn't going to work, so I just had to sort of like add a little loop in there so that it wasn't as noticeable. So we're just joining the lines going from each of the little lights. Yeah, you can see the bit of where that red one got overloaded. It's still nice though. I'm enjoying writing in it. That's already starting to fill up with what games are coming out next year. And I've also been taking notes of leaks that's come out, like that Nintendo are gonna do such and such. I thought it'd be fun to write them down and just see if they come true, and were an actual leak and not just a rumour. I was looking as well on the Indie World, the first one that they showed. What was it called? Sea of Stars. I do want to get that game. That looked really awesome. Did look like it'd be a fun game. It's meant to be a multiplayer as well, so I thought the girls might like it too. So we're just doing Brewster's little mug that he is sat in. I did forget to outline one piece of his scarf. I noticed this last night. So I am going to have to get my pen back out and do that little bit, otherwise it could bug me. If you want to see these spreads after the pen, I have got my Instagram handle put on the beginning of this video, and I think it's on my header. If not, it's in my description definitely. Like the About Me section. I post them on my Instagram after the pen, and I just love how it looks. It's such fun. So I'm going to write Coo Christmas next to his head, like above like a little steam thing. I thought it was quite cute. I do really like how this turned out. I've also seen on the groups as well, quite a few people are doing this, and it's so nice to see everybody else's handiwork and their spreads and their layouts and whatnots. It's really fun. I need to spend a bit more time in the groups, I think, because I think I miss a lot. So I had a little bit of trouble writing this. My C on the Coo turned out a little bit thick, so I had to match it with the C on the Christmas as well, because it just looked really odd. See, that's a lot of the work I do, look, is fixing the mistakes I make. That seems to be a running theme. But it looked alright once I matched both C's. You'll see this random little loop soon as well. There, look. I didn't quite get it all right. I think it turned out okay. You probably wouldn't have even have known if I hadn't pointed out all the bits that I mucked up on and had to fix. Might have just thought it was meant to be like that. So we're just gonna go and outline Jingles now. I didn't outline anything on the tree. I wanted it to be like, oh, what's the word? Like the blurred background type deal. Which that was intentional. I was going for that, and I was quite happy with that. I also had a bit of dilemma on doing Jingles because I did go a bit darker in his mouth and his little eyebrows, and then it was like, do I outline these or do I not? Do I put a darker line in there? In the end I went for like a very light black line. I think that turned out okay because I just wasn't sure what to do. So I thought, well, if I go a tad lighter with the pen, then it's there, it's been done, but it's not as obvious, and you've still got a bit of that brown there. So we're just doing his little antlers. I wish I had more tea now. I've got quite thirsty. I don't do a whole lot of talking. This is really me chatting, mind. We're going to town, we're chatting about everything and anything. So we're just doing the white trim on the hat and the little fluffy ball. I think I went round his eyes as well. Yeah, there I am, going round his eyes. I do love Jingle's eyes. This was a little star. That I am excited for. Toy Day in Animal Crossing. Because the kids didn't get to do it last year because they had their Switch for Christmas. So this will be their first year doing that. So they're going to love it. I think that's what they're all doing now actually, is decorating their island for Christmas. Yeah, that nose is my favourite, absolute favourite piece of all of this that I've done this week. It's that nose. I love that nose. Just turned out as I wanted it to. Oh, little Brewster. And that's this week done. Bye.